Hello grade 11. This is the part 2 of the same lesson, lesson 1.6. We'll talk about the step function, how can we graph the step function, and the piecewise function. The step function, it is the greatest integer function, or the greatest integer less than x, or we can say it's the less integer function. That means for all x between -1 and 0, y takes -1, because -1 is the least integer between -1 and 0. Look at the graph. For all x between 0 and 1, between -1 and 0, y takes -1. And for all x between 0 and 1, y takes 0, because 0 is the least integer. Means x equal half, x equals 1/3, all these numbers between 0 and 1, y takes only one value, which is 0. So it appears like this. Why it's opened from here? Because the 1 is not included, but the 0 is included, so it's closed from here, and so on. This is called the step function. The domain of this step function is all real numbers. Look, it covers all the x-axis, but the range only the integers. Only the integers means -1, -2, 0, 1. The set of integer numbers. This is the step function. The piecewise function, or piecewise defined function, it doesn't have a certain parent to graph. Means like this: y equals 2x plus 3, -x plus 4, and so on. It is formed from two branches. It's either two linear function or one linear and the other one is quadratic. Things like that. How can we graph it? It doesn't have a certain parent graph. For example, how can we graph this function? Look, the first one is linear and its domain x less than 1. Start at 3 on the y-axis. This is the slope, rise up to 1, 2, and then go 1 to the right, because it is 1 here. And draw the function, but in the interval of x, which is less than 1. Means don't go in this way, only this way, and this is closed because it is equal here. The other part is also linear function. Start at 4, go up 1, here 1/1, and 1 to the left, so I'm here, and I start from here, and this is the end point. So go in this way, but don't draw this part, because the function starts at x equals 1, and from here. So only draw this part, don't draw this part, as if you draw it and you erase this part. And this is opened circle because x only does not include the 1, so the greater than 1, and goes in this way. Sometimes it is linear and quadratic, sometimes it is quadratic and reciprocal, means it is two branches. This is why we call it a piecewise function. You have practice page 71, these numbers 11, 13, 43, 45, 47, 57. Your project is one word problem. I recommend number 71. It's a piecewise function. In number 12, write a linear function that has f -3 equals -8 and f1 equals 2. F -3 equals 8 means when x equals -3, y equals -8. This is the first point. And f1 equals 2, this is the second point, 1 and 2. Using these 2 points, I can get the slope. The slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, means 2 minus -8 over 1 minus -3, which is 2.5. This is the slope. By using the slope and one of these 2 points, either this or this, I can form the equation. This is called point slope form. Point slope form of the equation. We use it when we have the slope and a point. Y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Y and x are kept as they are, but the y1 is, let's say, 2, and x1, let's say it is 1, and the slope is 2.5. Simplify this equation, multiply here, and take the x, take the -2 to the other side. It will be like this. This is the equation. And then sketch the graph. If you want to sketch the graph of this equation, you step at -0.5 between 1 and 0, -1 and 0, and you this 2.5 means 5 over 2, and rise up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go to the left 2, and then draw the graph. Number 46, evaluate the function fx equals 4, and this is the step function. It means the least integer value. This is the least integer value of x plus 7. If you have x equals 0, so put 0 here. 0 is already integer, so it's 0. 0 times 4 equals 0, plus 7 equals 7. But f negative 1.5. The negative 1.5, the least integer, it's between -1 and -2. So the least of them is -2. This is why I have chosen -2. So multiply 4 times -2 plus 7, you will get -1. f6, the 6 already integer, keep it as it is. 4 times 6 plus 7, 31. But f 5 over 3 means 1.6. The 1.6, it's between 1 and 2. What's the least of them? It's 1. So it will be 1. 4 times 1 plus 7 equals 11. And this is your homework and your project. Thank you.